There's something you probably don't know about Jay. He has another job providing technical support for online meetings. So how many meetings have you worked on?
Thousands.
And what's it like?
Well, I used to produce television news programs, and it's similar. They're live, so lots of things can go wrong, but that also makes them exciting.
He likes the adrenaline rush. Adrenaline is that substance our bodies produce when we're excited. Have you ever seen anything go wrong in an online meeting?
Lots of times, but I can usually fix it. And because of the pandemic, most people are familiar with the technology these days.
So we know which buttons to press now.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I can explain if you need help.
Okay, everyone's here. Let's start. Vicky, can you turn your camera on so we can see you?
Oh, sorry. Hi, everyone.
Great. I'd like to begin by welcoming a new member of the team. Tom, would you like to introduce yourself?
We can't hear you, Tom. Can you unmute yourself?
Oh, sorry about that. Hi everyone, I'm Tom and I'm based in Almeria in Spain, and I'll be your Spanish point person on this project.
Muting is when you turn off the sound, and unmuting is when you turn it on.
They're both common problems. Hosts can mute people, but they can't unmute them.
So we have to do that ourselves.
Yeah, and hosts are the people who run the meeting.
Are they the chairperson?
They could be, but in large meetings, it's often someone else. The host handles the technical side of things, and the chairperson handles the discussion and interaction.
So it's the host that can press the button to turn off our mics?
Yeah, but in large meetings, muting can take time, so you need to know how to mute yourself.
In Spain, we have another way of measuring customer satisfaction where we use an online tool to conduct polls.
Is that a dog?
Sorry, Tom, we're having trouble hearing you. Everyone, if you're not speaking, can you put yourself on mute?
Where's the mute button?
It's at the bottom left of your screen. I think it stopped. Tom, please go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to show you a tool we use to measure customer satisfaction in Spain.
So Kathy told you what to do there.
Yeah. Here's another instruction you might need to give.
The project's a little behind schedule, but we should be able to catch up.
You're very quiet. Can you adjust your mic?
Adjust my mic.
Yeah, move it closer to your mouth.
Sorry about that.
You should really check your mic before you join a meeting. And another thing, of course, you can't talk over other people.
So that's how we do it.
Tom,
Can you
I have a
explain that
question.
again?
Could you speak one at a time, please?
I don't understand how that works. Can you explain
great, Tom,
again?
but one at a time means first one person and then another.
You can't overlap.
Now, that's microphones, but what about cameras?
Well, you've got to remember to turn them on, of course.
Vicky, your camera's not on.
Oh, sorry.
With most meetings, you can check that your camera is on and how you look before you join.
Jay, your camera's off.
Oh, sorry. Can everyone see me now?
Now, what else can go wrong with cameras?
Well, lighting is a common issue. Sometimes people sit with a window or light behind them, and then they're dark and we can't see their face.
How can we fix that?
Put lights in front of you and close the drapes or the shades on the windows behind you.
Can you use any lights, like desk lights?
They could work. You want to light up your face.
Now, I like looking at people's backgrounds. It's sometimes interesting to see inside their homes.
Which means you need to think about what's showing in the background.
If you want to look professional, don't take the call in the toilet.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Some people use virtual backgrounds or background effects.
I hate them. When you move, half your head disappears. I think they're very distracting.
Yeah, but sometimes companies require them. They have backgrounds with their logos on them. And I think a lot of people are used to that now.
Okay, what else should and shouldn't we do in online meetings?
Well, it's all about good communication, really.
Okay, let's have a poll now. Jay? Jay, can you bring up the poll? Jay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just searching for it. You see, that's no good. Things can take more time online, and if there's a delay, you need to explain what's happening and what you're doing. I'm pulling up a poll now. It might take a few seconds to load.
The file's uploading now, but it's taking a little time.
The internet is slow today.
I'm afraid my connection isn't very good.
And of course, if you don't know how to do something, sometimes you'll need to ask.
Where's the mute button?
How can I share my screen?
I don't know how to stop sharing.
How do I upload a file?
How can I change my screen name? Bad connections are another problem. Sometimes people freeze or disappear.
So Vicky, what do you think of that idea?
Oh, I have a lot of thoughts. For one thing,
I think Vicky is frozen. And now she's disappeared.
We have some different words for that. You can get disconnected.
and more informally, we say you get kicked out of a meeting or you're booted out.
And remember, people have different internet speeds, so you need to keep checking that everyone's seeing and hearing the same things.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Can everyone hear me okay?
I uploaded a file. Tell me in the chat if you can see it.
And just generally, there needs to be a lot more checking in online meetings.
Your communication has to be extra clear.
And that's what we'll look at in our next video, how to be crystal clear in English Zoom meetings.
So make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss it.
And if you've enjoyed this video, why not share it with a friend?
We'd like to say a big thank you to Kathy and Tom for helping us make this.
I'll put their details below so you can follow them as well.
And see you next time, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.